So Salaki. Alright, so we basically gonna finish it up because we're running out of storage. But back in Sirach, chapter 10, alright, in 8, it says, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. Yep. It says, right, so, because of all the evil, wicked things that the so-called white man has done, alright, this is part of the reason why he's losing everything, okay? And of course, the Lord is establishing his everlasting kingdom. So it's time that the wicked and the Gentiles, as the scriptures say, basically the foolishness of the Gentiles, or I might be misquoting it. I know the kingdom suffered violence and the violent take it by force. We know that's the heathen. All right. And then the times of the Gentiles are coming to an end. All right. Basically. All right. So I'll continue. It says, why is earth and ash is proud? That's you people. All right. It says there is not a more wicked thing than a covetous man. And that's Esau Edom. All right. And then a covetous man is one who, steals and takes things that's not his through envy and a malicious intent. All right. It says, there is not a more wicked thing than a covetous man, for such an one setteth his own soul to sell, because while he liveth, he casteth away his bowels. All right. Basically meaning his that place of empathy. That bowels represents your deepest inward thoughts, really. Okay. So you cast away your empathy and sympathy.
It bowels of compassion.
Right. Right. And now the so-called white man is gone full on rogue, full rebel, and full tyrant. And it'd be beyond that, because he wanted to kill off everybody, man. All right, even his own. All right, so he's rogue. Okay. It says the physician cutteth off a long disease, and here's pretty much the point in verse 8 and then in verse 10. The physician cutteth off a long disease. All right, and that's what you people are. The wicked, Esau Edom, starting at the very top of the food chain. You're the wicked. All right, you're gonna be cut off like a disease. All right.
Kind of like cancer. It's a cancer of the earth when a physician goes and cut. Oftentimes have to cut out that cancer. To really start that healing process. And that's Esau. In order for the earth to be healed, he has to be cut off.
That's right. Yeah. It says it says and he that is today a king tomorrow shall die. For when a man is dead, he shall inherit creeping things, beasts, and worms. All right, and that's what you're going to inherit, Esau. All right, you're going to inherit that. Okay, you're not going to establish your new world order. All right, you're going to get to the point where, you're going to capstone your enterprise. All right, what you're in the process of doing. Okay, because you need people fully under your control. All right, via your the chemicals that you forcibly putting into people. All right. So it says, the beginning of pride is when one departed from God. And that's what this whole new world order is about. Departing from God. All right. Leaving God out of the equation, but you forgot. You living on God's earth. You ain't paid rent on the Lord's earth. All right. Since your inception. You didn't show due respect from the beginning. You spat on the Lord. All right. So what you think is going to happen to you? Okay. It says, for pride is the beginning of sin, and he that hath it shall pour out abomination. And that's what you've done through all your policies. All right. You pouring out abomination. Okay. Saying God don't exist. So on and so forth. It says, and therefore the Lord Yahweh brought upon them strange calamities and overthrew them utterly. And hey, you got all history, basically The history is an example, of those who depart from the Lord. Okay, what happened? Basically what happens to them? They get destroyed. All right. It says, and overthrew them utterly. And the Lord hath cast down the thrones of the proud princes and set up the meek in their stead. And that's what's going to happen. We're going to be set up in the stead of the so-called white man, Esau, Edom, because they're unfit. And they thought through wickedness they can prosper and maintain their status. But you lost your status because you don't have what it takes to rule the world. All right? Who has what it takes, all right, is the children of Israel, the ones that the promises to, all right? Because we're going to be the example in the earth on what to be. You're the example in the earth on what not to be. That's it on that.
Yeah, because once we're changed, the laws is going to be within us, and we're going to know how to righteously, judge the earth, and rule over the earth,
That's right.
Esau, he's not capable of doing that, But real quick, got a couple precepts, but I'm gonna start with this. Job 5:12.
Oh, I just got that.
He says, Job 5:12. He disappointed the devices of the crafty, so that their hands could not perform their enterprise.
Yeah, and their enterprise is the new world order. So the Lord is going to put a stop, all right, to the devices of the craft, the devices of the crafty. Okay? Mm-hmm. And your device is your main device is your new world order strategy. Okay? He's going to put it into it. So, yeah.
It says, verse 13, he taketh the wise in their own craftiness.
Right, so you're not one up in God, you're not one up in Yahweh. All right, you're not getting over on Yahweh. All right, he's going to take you in your own counsel, man. All right?
And ultimately, the Lord is behind the counsel.
That's right. Yeah.
Via his left-hand side. Okay. Esau ain't just doing what he wants to and conquering because he's just so great, It tells you in Isaiah the 10th chapter, the axe that boasts of himself, you can't boast yourself against the one that, hewing the axe that's using it. You're just a tool, in the Lord's hand, that sword. It says, verse 13 again, Job 5:13, he taketh the wise in their own craftiness, and the counsel of the forward is carried headlong.
Meaning your counsel is going to fall on its face. All right? Your counsel is going to fall straight on its face. Boom. Okay?
God, this is more. Verse 14, it says, they meet with darkness in the daytime. Mm-hmm. They grope in the noonday as in the night. But he saveth the poor from the sword.
Yeah. And so Esau think that he's going to totally obliterate the poor. They're laughing right now. All right, it says those that consent unto them shall be had in derision. You're being laughed at right now by Esau. All right, all you people, because all y'all the same. All of y'all Americans, whether you black, white, yellow, you got it.
Well, it said. I'm gonna read 15 again. It says, but he saved the poor from the sword. All right, and King David wisely said in Psalms 17th chapter. All right, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword.
Sure.
All right, Esau, Edom, he is that wicked. All right, and he's the Lord's sword.
Right.
And we ask the same way that King David asked, to be delivered from this devil. It says, from their mouth and from the hand of the mighty. Right, and it says, so that the poor have hope, and iniquity stoppeth her mouth.
And that's what's going to happen. Iniquity is going to stop its mouth. Okay? And the Lord's going to help the poor. All right? We're not just going to be saved. All right? We're going to be saved and we're going to take this world over. Okay? You can get that the saints shall take the kingdom. And I got James 5:1. It says, go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl for your misery that shall come upon you, It says, your riches are corrupted, and your garments are moth-eaten. Your gold and silver is cankered, and the rust of them, all right, shall be a witness against you, all right? And that's true. Everybody knows that your fiat currency, all right, is corrupt, it's fake, okay? All right, it says, and you're losing it. You're losing your whole economic system. But at the same time, you have a stronghold on the world, so you're still in resources. You're still in resources in Mexico right now, in Africa, all parts of the world. You're still in resources to hoard them. But for what? It says, your gold and silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. Ye have heaped treasure together for the last days. All right, so you've gotten everything that you've gotten, so that it can be literally taken away from you. All right, one more verse. It says, behold, the hire of the laborers, which are you slaves, you Israelites, all right, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, the ones that's at the bottom of the food chain. It says, behold, the hire of the laborers who have reaped down your fields, which is of you kept back by fraud. See? And you've been committing all type of fraudulent acts. All right? With the whole job systems that's set up here. You know, these corporations, they pretty much oppress the hell out of the poor, their employees. All right? They're slaves. Okay? It says, which is of you kept back by fraud, crieth, and the cries of them which have reaped are entered into the ears of the Lord of Sabaoth, meaning the Lord of armies. So the Lord hears the cries of the poor, all right? He knows exactly what you're doing to us, all right? You got it.
Okay, this is Joel chapter 3 and 19. It says, Egypt shall be a desolation, and Edom shall be a desolate wilderness. Right? Because we know in the scriptures that Egypt, you know, is synonymous of bondage. All right, and America is spiritually Sodom and Egypt. What's that? Revelation 7 and 11 or 11 and 7?
11
and 8.
Yeah.
11 and 8. Kind of, you know. So, and it says in Egypt, or Salaki, it says Egypt shall be a desolation, and Edom shall be a desolate wilderness. All right, let's talk about the nuclear destruction. All right, this place is going to be a perpetual desolation as a sign, you know, for generations to come of the reward of wickedness.
That's
right. You know?
Yeah.
It says, for the violence against the children of Judah, because he hath shed innocent blood in their land.
Yeah.
Right, you know, and that links up with Habakkuk 2 and 12. You know, woe to him that buildeth a town with blood and established a city by iniquity, man. Yeah. You know? This place is full of the blood of the saints, man. Like it says in what's that, Revelation 17, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so.
Well, you know,
Revelations. I know Revelations 12, and then Revelations. I don't know exactly though.
Okay, you know, and this you know, our temptation is great tribulation. All right, Esau Edom, we gonna make a last attempt to do away with Israel. You know,
mm-hmm.
You're gonna try to shed more blood.
That's right. Was it?
Okay.
All right. This is Revelation chapter 21. Did you have anything else?
Or is this the one you called for?
Okay. This is Revelation 21 and 1. All right, because this is what's coming. Okay, and I saw a new heaven and a new earth. For the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, and there was no more sea, meaning people. Okay? All right, and this is the new reset. This is the great reset right here. Revelations 21 and 1. All right, because the Lord is going to refresh this earth, but he's going to abolish the wicked first. The wicked got to go. All right? So it says, verse 2, it says, and I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from God out of heaven. And that's going to be it's going to be actual people, the Israelites coming down from heaven. Okay? Prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. All right? We're going to be decked out in all white. You see? And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, Behold, the tabernacle of God is with men, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and God himself shall be with them and be their God. All right? We're going to be the children of the first generation of the kingdom of heaven. Lord willing, we be of that number. Okay? And that's going to be the great reset. All right? It says, and God shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow nor crying. Neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away. All right, and that's going to be Esau. You represent the former things. All right, your way of living, your establishment. This is what the Lord is going to put an end to. This is what's causing the world so much havoc and so much confusion. Okay?
God, scripture said, "Fashion of this world shall pass away."
That's right.
You know, that's 2 Peter's. Real quick, because there was more to that Joel, the 3rd chapter, verse 20. Joel 3:20. But Judah shall dwell forever, and Jerusalem from generation to generation.
You know, forever in Jerusalem from generation to generation.
Verse 21. For I will cleanse their blood that I have not cleansed, for the Lord dwelleth in Zion.
That's right. The Lord dwells in Zion, and He called no other nation by His name. All right, except for the nation of Israel.
That's right.
All right. So this is
well, just to add to that, to the point, you know, about Zion goes in the Hebrews to Zion, meaning monument or memorial. You know, so that, you know, that memorial is going to be established forever. You know, on the earth. That's what Zion, Jerusalem, Israel was set up to be. You know, a memorial to Heavenly Father to pretty much rule the earth. You know, you got it.
Yeah. So it's like the citadel. You know, that's what I compare it to. Like, you know, where all our important documents and all of that stuff. It said what it says. It says what, judgment or well, what did it say? Shall come out of Zion something. The law shall come forth out of Zion.
Okay.
All right. So this is Isaiah 45:17. It says, "But Israel shall be saved in the Lord with an everlasting salvation. Ye shall not be ashamed nor confounded, world without end." All right. So Israel is going to have the world. We're going to have the kingdom. In fact, we're going to take it. You know. We're going to take this world by storm, so to speak.
Okay.
Daniel 7:9. It's like a 7 and what it says in 18. Daniel 7:18. But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever. Yeah.
Forever,
Forever. Yeah. Did you have anything else? We're going to close out.
Got that.
That's it? Okay. Hey, well, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying, you know. And then, you know, until the next time, you know, we say shalom.
Shalom.